You should get and build Kirin Yato. Long answer. This entire video.
Vanguard Yato here. Are you the one I'm protecting? We're ready to execute your plans, Doctor.
やあドクター。そうだ、私だ。行動隊 A4 の隊長ヤト。ただいま帰還した。新たな装備の入手経路については任務の報告書に記載済みだ。
Yato, an Oni who is a veteran Rhodes Island operator, and the leader of Rhodes Island Operations Team A4. Once a soldier for one of the clan in Higashi. She is implied to have taken several innocent lives for the clan. But in one of the mission to eliminate a certain girl, she already had enough, and decided to let the girl live. But she was surprised by another Oni who was also after the girl. After dueling and win against the other Oni, both realized they also had enough with their clan. And so both decided to desert and flee the country. Until they eventually joined Rhodes Island. Under the codename Yato, and Noikorn. While her past is rather complicated. But what matter is the present, and her action has proved that she's with us. Even praised by Big Lady Kelsey as the cornerstone of Rhodes Island. At one point she and Noikorn were sent on a mission to Higashi. And upon their return, they brought along 3 feline-looking creatures to the ship. And have received a strange yet powerful equipment from them. She did it, fellas. She finally become a legit fast redeploy. And also we finally have her eyes reveal. If this is not a great collab, I don't know what is. Anyway, Yato is our new 6-star executor in the game. And is a limited operator. Who wears Kirin armor and dual blades from Monster Hunter. Can't deny that the biggest reason to get her is because she is super limited. But worth noting that her ability is also what makes her worth your material. So, let's see all that she can do. As an executor specialist, she has a very quick redeployment time. To be dropped again and again, dealing significant damage to the enemy. Also compared to other 6-star executor, she's the only one with a nuke attack. And nuking the hell out of enemies with a strong and quick attack she will. Pretty much like how a dual blades is supposed to be. Now let's see her stats. Thanks to her trait she has a very quick redeployment time. With a pretty good attack which will be increased with her skills. But she isn't tanky and doesn't have defensive ability like the other 6-star executor. So maybe don't make her block a strong target. And well, with her skills duration you usually don't need her to stay long in the field. While her initial DP is cheap but you'll certainly deploy her multiple times. Until she reaches her final DP cost at 20. In most stages it shouldn't be a problem. But some challenge mode and annihilation might make it difficult to use her or other executors in general. By the way, her module does help with the DP problem, which we will talk about later. Oh, and lastly, you might want to pair her with Silver Ash. Since his talent reduce operators redeployment time. Now this is her talent. In her first talent, with the help of the Kirin dual blades, she can inflict additional arts damage. While she is more specialized in dealing with lower defense targets with her physical attack. But this talent will allow Yato to deal arts damage. Allowing her to perform well even against a high defense target. Combined with her skills, she is an amazing option for mixed damage. For talent 2, she got an attack boost when using skill and 10 seconds after. Allowing her skill to become stronger against enemies. And still got extra attack to finish off enemies once her short duration skill is done. Moving on, this is her potential. Like most fast redeploy, the potential upgrade will give a significant boost to her performance. From making her cost cheaper and reducing her redeploy time even more. Plus attack boost that is useful for a nuker like her. I suggest you try to get some or all of her potential. And not to worry, despite being a collab and limited operator, her potential can still be upgraded with 6-star token. And there's one free to get from IS2 milestone rewards. Okay, this is her module. She got X module first, which will make her refund more DP and boost some of her stats. Meanwhile, the upgrade will enhance the second talent, and she will get more attack boost when using skill. This DP refund could be useful in a stage where they limit your DP generation. And as Nuka, she could definitely use that attack bonus. Though I would personally love the Y module to increase her attack further. But overall I think you should unlock and upgrade this module if you use her often. Alright, time for the real deal. Her skills. Skill 1 will increase her attack speed rapidly. Attack 2 times, and in every third attack she will 6 times. This is an amazing early skill that might have use even when other skills are unlocked. Unlike her other skills that only last for a moment, this one lasts for 20 seconds. Typically good a single target skill to kill a certain target in one deployment. That the other skills unable to do. This one is rather weak against a high defense target though, since there's no attack boost whatsoever. And the arts damage from talent 1 might be not enough. However, since this skill lasts long enough, using an attack buff to her appears to be useful. And deploying her in Skulta's range seems to be the most efficient choice. Next up, Skill 2. Multiply the arts damage from her talent 1. She will blade dancing and attack enemies up to 16 times, each dealing critical damage. And the arts damage from talent 1 should also multiply. But she will become more likely to be targeted. This is generally her main skill, and makes her very awesome for a newbie. Since you got a good DPS S1 and burst true AoE S2 while still at Elite 1. For its very short duration. It's a true AoE that attacks all enemies in range. Very good against crowd, dealing massive mixed damage. And against a boss with a moderate defensive attributes. Also a great skill to be used in her debut event to fight Rathalos. And looks like it is not said in the official description. She is immune to some disabling effects, like cold, frozen and stun. But those effects will soon take effect once the skill ends. Last but not least, her skill 3. Dash to tile ahead, which can pass other ops or a wall. Slashing all enemies in her path including aerial units, dealing critical damage. And each enemy struck extending the distance up to 5 tiles. Giant enemies that occupy a big chunk of tile. Can also make Yato extend her dash distance up to a maximum distance. Overall it's a very good skill to handle multiple enemies. Typically those who lined up together or when facing giant bosses. Also, you can use Stainless Turret for Yato to attack and extends her dash distance. Okay, it is time for SMP, Skill Mastery Priority. In my opinion Kirin Yato is almost M9 worthy. And Skill 2 should be the one you prioritize to master first. Not only because it's generally the one that you often use, but it also gain more from mastery. That or the next one should be Skill 3. It has various utility, and her only skill that can hit aerial units. You can also master her Skill 1 if you're needing a single target damager. Now for her base skill. All Monster Hunter operators' base skills work best when they are working together at the same time. And mostly the aim is to enhance the feline's base skills. For Yato's first skill, it will make her produce 8 Silver Vine, which can be used by the felines to enhance their base skill. But Yato will get an increase in moral consumption. And Skill 2 gives plus 2% productivity to all factories. If she is working with another Monster Hunter operator, which usually means Noir Alter. With she and Noi working, the felines should boost the trading post efficiency by plus 48% and factory by plus 19%. And yes, we literally making the cats high to boost their working efficiency. Now you know why that orange cat acting like he's a Snoop Dogg. So, not only Kirin Yato is a super limited that you should get, because she will most likely won't ever come back. But she's also a great flexible and versatile operator. With her fast redeploy and high burst. She's useful for veteran players looking for a flexible burst option. And for people who only started the game recently. While she's in fact more squishy than the other 6-star executor. But generally, you don't have to make her stay long in the field. Overall a great specialist to have on your roster. And boy, those who have Texas Alter are going to have a blast. Having to top nuke buttons in their hands. So, are you ready for Yato Alter, ladies and gentlemen? If you already have pulled in her banner, make sure to share the result in the comment. That should be all. Peace is always an option. Adios.